Team, today we're going to be talking about a great case study, Unincorporated coffee roasters. Welcome back to the MBJ orifice. Let's do this. So in this little video ditty-doo-doo, I will be going through the whole process of rebranding this coffee company. Deliverables, what they wanted from me from the brief, my mistakes, which I made a couple, and also, you know, obviously all the way through to the final result. When it comes to rebrands, they do tend to be a little bit tough. There's always an emotional attachment to the past, a bit scared about the future, but I will show you through that whole transition and the end result is banging. So the brief was simple, to take their existing brand identity up a level. They wanted to keep all the personality, all the vibe, all the sizzle, and all the energy, but just shift it up. So what I'm going to do is show you how I went from this to this and everything in between. So let's go. So this was where I ended up first. Obviously you've seen the initial logo, mustache, XX. So what I wanted to do was kind of take it up a level. So I started to create this character out of you know, obviously keeping the existing bits, but adding to it. And then going into this little guy here was kind of where I ended up, like keeping the X's, X in the beanie, X in the, in between the un and incorporated to shake it up a little bit. I thought it was really, really cool, but they didn't. And you know, that's okay. Not all your concepts are going to make it. That's just process, just the way it happens. The reason they didn't like this particular one is that they felt it was just a little bit too hipster, and they are very anti-hipster. They didn't have a problem with the execution. They really liked the character, but it just wasn't for them. So I went again. That rhymes. Timmy, yeah. Timmy, that rhymes. So from the feedback, I just feel that I was probably too far away from their existing brand identity. So what I did on this version is I stripped it all the way back. So I thought, what makes them them? So it's the X's and it's the mustache. So all I tried to do here was just add a little bit more of a rebellious and rogue character to their existing elements, change up the type, and you know, we both really, really liked it. But again, this guy didn't hit the mark. Firstly, I went too far on the first direction. On this direction, I didn't go far enough. Ah! Hey, James, it's okay. You've got this. You're a passionate human being and you've been in the industry for 15 years. Do not let this situation. So it was kind of getting clear at this stage, you know, that me and the client weren't quite seeing eye to eye for some reason. I think, you know, their emotional attachment to the past, me trying to take it too far and not far enough away from, you know, their existing brand identity. So we jumped on a call, we had a little chat, and he said to me, James, just totally ignore everything I've said to you to date. And I was like, okay, that's not a problem, I can do that, but I'm gonna need to take the weekend. I need some time away from it. I need to forget everything we've talked about, take a few days and hit it again next week. And he was like, absolutely no problem, take all the time you need. And I'm gonna show you the power of what that did. So, coming back after the weekend, rebooted, refreshed, didn't even think about it or look at it, and it helped, you know. It came out fantastic. The client loved it, I loved it. It kept all the personality, all the good vibes that they had from their initial brand identity, but then it's now gone up a level. You know, we've got extra character, you know, the squared off jaw, you know, because it was kind of like, they told me, imagine a hipster who's drunk too much coffee and is now dead. Basically, that was the kind of brief I worked with in my head. Skull, changing the X's round, you know, squared off jaw, swirly new detail in the mustache. I mean, it is powerful. And when the client saw it, he told me I smashed it. So now we've got that bad boy all sizzled up and ready. It was about the deliverables. So we had obviously the new logo with the new logo type, which I used the MBJ Chunky for. Then pattern, colors, animation, and I think that was about it. Yeah, that was about it. So when it came to the pattern and the colours, colours are always tough, especially introducing a colour to a brand. So with the colour, I just wanted to add some energy. They're a super creative lot. Yellow is generally perceived as the colour of creativity, so smash that little bad boy in there. For the pattern, I wanted to kind of use some of their existing elements from the logo because I think it really consolidates the brand identity. So taking out those XIs and creating this randomly wonderful, imperfect pattern actually looks banging, absolutely banging on packaging. So winner, winner, chicken dinner. The animation as well, I mean, for me, like you know already, I'm all about telling stories and continuing that story through all the elements that we're creating. So when it came to the animation, it was the journey of the coffee bean, you know, the energy of the dead hipster, you know, energized by having too much coffee, and that, like, bringing all of that story from the design into the animation makes it makes out for a pretty cool outcome. So, Unincorporated coffee roasters case study done. I hope it was useful. There were two major key learning points for me on this process, on this project, sorry. One of them was take some time away if I'm not aligned with the project, you know, openly communicate with the client, tell them I need some time. You know, sometimes that time away from a project does give you a little bit more breathing room to be able to hit it again with fresh eyes and then create something really, really cool. The second thing that was a really key point was trust the process. You know, at no point did I stray from my process. Although I wasn't getting it right in the first stages, I still went through my process, went through my stages, and at the end of it, ended up with a super cool, super badass project, you know. And at the end of the day, we're not, as designers, we're not gonna be right all the time. You know, even the best designers are wrong sometimes. They might not tell you all the time or show you that, but they are. So don't be scared of being wrong. It's the best way to learn. Have a great day, have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon.